Am I on? Okay, this time I'm on. How you all doing? I'm not sure. You know, when I came on stage earlier on, I was screaming. Yesterday, was it yesterday? It's like it happened like 2 weeks ago. Huh? Wonderful. Can we give ourselves a round of applause? Fantastic. How's it been? How's it been for you? I can't hear. How's it been for you? It's been wonderful? That's the feedback I've received. That it's been a great experience. The NXTA 2017 has been a great experience for everyone, for our partners, our customers, the developers, the students, everyone who's participated in this event seems to have gotten something out of it. I think we've been able to exercise our intellectual muscles over the last 2 days. There's been all forms of connection, all forms of engagements. I've seen discussions happen on the side. There's been incredible outcome from this event, and we're very pleased and excited that this happened. This has gone, there's been a lot of sleepless nights, from a number of Microsoft people. And it's not easy, especially when you're trying to collaborate with the guys in Seattle, who really helped in designing this and putting this event together alongside the local team in Kenya. So we're very, very excited about, the outcome of this event and, what it's doing for, the partners and our customers and all of that. I think there's been a lot of education that has happened, around our technology. And we're hoping that there will be businesses that will come out of it. Yesterday, Bambo announced the Windows Insider. I'm sure that a number of you will be applying for that initiative. I expect us to beat Nigeria. There was 5,000 that applied. I'm hoping that we will get 20,000 since it's East Africa. Yeah? So let me go through the day and let me give you my personal experience. I haven't been in any session. Okay? And that's the truth. I've been in side meetings. I've had customer meetings. I've been engaging. So I'm not sure how much I've gotten personally out of this event. It's been one meeting after the other. I'm meeting with the minister. I'm meeting with this person and that person, one customer. But I asked one of my colleagues to give me, just a synopsis of what happened over the last 2 days in all the side meetings that have taken place. And we carefully designed the 2 days, around, different initiatives. And I think on the first day, we kicked off, if you recall, with Tony Towns Wiley, corporate VP, who talked about, digital transformation and the impact of the cloud. And, talked about, the fact that, we need to ensure that we get locally relevant examples to show how we utilize cloud services. And I think she brought up M-Copper as an example and Winsenga as an example of what they had done in Uganda, which was really, really great examples of local applications or local solutions that we're doing in Africa. Then Bamba talked about Winsider for Good, okay, which was launched. I think that was great as well, and we saw the great example. That was powerful. You want to be the president of Nigeria? Is that still a dream? Yinka, that was fantastic. From Yinka, who really came up here and shared his perspective and how that has really benefited him. And he's gotten a business out of this. So was very excited about that. Then we had the panels. There seem to have been lots of panel discussions. I saw one just now around technology and education. I saw the great example. Thank you, Kyria, for facilitating that. That was fantastic. And the panelists, what a great job that was done across board. There's been many panels. There was Liquid and Icolo who talked about data centers, the local data centers that are being built here in Africa. As we know, Microsoft thinks about the public cloud and also the private cloud. We have solutions for both, and we engage on both, okay? There are different countries that say, oh, I don't want my data out of the country, okay? And for those who say that, we serve them with private cloud, okay? And for those who are okay, with their data in the public arena, as you know, Microsoft is investing hugely, in data centers across the globe. And we're doing a lot in that area based on our cloud service and our cloud direction. Then I believe there was a lot of conversation around, the For Africa opportunities and some of the startups that have come out of For Africa and some of the investments that have been made. And you guys have seen. So it's possible. These things are real, very real. It's not a pie in the sky. It's something that we can really make happen. Just have a dream and you can make it happen. That's what this is all about. And day 2, there's a guy called Ranga, our CVP. He talked about machine learning, IoT, and all of the emerging technologies and how we can utilize that. Some of our partners spoke about the intelligent applications on Azure. M-Copper, I believe, gave a very great example around that. Then I understand a guy called Scott talked about integrating computing and IoT in his personal life and gave some personal experiences around how he's doing that. Managing his health, through personal devices and IoT. These are great examples. Then I went upstairs a few minutes ago, just at 4 o'clock to be precise. And I went and saw the whole experience on virtual reality, mixed reality, and those type of technologies that I imagine. And I think you asked the question, that's the future of education. That's the future of healthcare. It gives you a whole 3D perspective, and you're immersed in it. And I feel that the opportunities for technology into the future is huge. I don't think we've seen the breakthroughs yet. There are lots of stuff that we could do in Africa and through this emerging technologies. So I'm very excited with the content, the richness of the content, the engagement. I've seen businesses that have emerged from this meeting. People have exchanged cards. People are collaborating. Some people signed MOUs yesterday. Some people signed agreements yesterday. Deals are being made. So let's clap for ourselves once again. I sat back and I was asking, what could we have done differently? Because I think that's also an important point to raise. It's not all great and fantastic and all. What could we have done differently in this whole process? And I picked someone and I said, what do you think we could have done differently? And he said to me, listen, we've had a lot of back-to-back meetings. One meeting to the other, there's been no time, for proper maybe debriefing or networking, and all. And maybe we can include that or integrate that into the agenda going into the next iteration of this or something, those type of things, So it's been and I'm sure we will probably get a lot more feedback around the things we can do differently. There's a feedback form, right? I hope. Duni? Yeah? The feedback form. So there will be feedback forms that will be given, and we will be able to, share the feedback, that you have in terms of how we can improve on this event, the next time. It will be remiss of me if I do not start by really, really thanking some very special individuals who have put this together, have worked tirelessly, across board. I can't name all of them, and please don't hang me if I don't call your name, especially from the guys from Seattle. There's Duni, there's Temi, there's Benga, there's Kazim, there's Patrick, a number of you guys. Skips my mind right now in terms of all those who have engaged. I'm trying to look at the back, but yes, there's Ayuba, I can see you there, so my mind is all over the place right now, because there is Benga, there is Tommy. So there are a number of people who have really worked tirelessly to ensure that this event happened. Nikki, thank you for all the logistics, planning, getting the people together, the fine details. I mean, tons of emails that has been sent, late night meetings, and all of that. Because this is a logistics phenomenon in terms of just getting everybody under one roof and coordinating this thing, And I'm glad that it turned out the way it's turned out. People seem to have gotten value, out of the engagements and out of the discussions over the last 2 days. So thank you very much for that. I also would like to thank our local team. There's been a number of our resources in Kenya who have really, really engaged over the last 2 days. And not just over the last 2 days, I would say, just in planning this whole session. Our local team, there's been accounts managers, there's been, the support team, a number of them. So thank you very much, for all the supports that you have put into this event and making it a success. And also thank you very much to Harry, who has been the MC. You've done a splendid job. Thank you very much for the work that you've done, over the last 2 days. Really value your time. So, what are we going to do next? We're going to ensure that all of this learning, all of these initiatives that you have come up with. Yeah, before I forget, my young friends from the university. Can you just stand up, please? Can you just stand up? I'm not putting you on the spot. Right over there, I can see you. I can see you. Yeah. So I asked them, I said, what have you, they're from university, there's Strathmore University and which other one? What's the other one? Sorry? Technical, yes, university as well. Year 2 university students, computer science. I asked them, what have you learned? They said machine learning. They said IoT, big data, the whole works. And so I'm very excited, and I'm sure that there are many of them like that out there that have come through this whole exercise. I'm very excited. You can sit down. Thank you very much, for the work that you've, for at least listening and being engaged over the last 2 days. So with that, ensure that you fill out the feedback forms, yeah? And also, I would like to also thank the panelists, all the panelists and the moderators. I think they did an incredible job in terms of moderating all of the sessions, and the panelists in terms of preparing, and all the presenters as well. Thank you very much, for all of that. Incredible 2 days once again. And I wish everyone, especially for those who are traveling very far back to West Africa or Uganda, Ethiopia, Tanzania, within the region, and those traveling back to the US, I wish you a safe journey back to your various countries. And those in Nairobi or within the counties, I wish you a safe journey back home. God bless you, and thank you very much.
Kunle Awosika. Thank you very much, Kunle. Just to tell you that if you fill this out, don't give it out or don't leave it on the seat. There's somebody who will pick it out from you at the door, and you'll get a swag bag. So make sure you fill it up. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good evening. See you next. When is next Tech 2018?